All right, Attorney Shire here. Today we're going to cover the new Texas abortion law and the United States Supreme Court's decision not to grant an injunction. All right, first, let me sort of jump forward in time. My expectation or guess is that when the United States Supreme Court ultimately rules on the merits of the Texas law, they'll find it unconstitutional. And essentially, I think they will cite Planned Parenthood versus Casey, the 1992 decision that was written by Sandra Day O'Connor. I think what they'll focus in on is an undue burden, and they'll find it unconstitutional. I think Chief Justice Roberts did talk about how this is sort of an unprecedented piece of legislation. I think some the other dissents talked about deputizing citizens. And so what that undue burden might look like in a court opinion is that this Texas law creates a civil liability for any of the abortion providers or anyone else who assisted the woman in obtaining the abortion, a minimum of $10,000 civil liability plus attorney's fees. So it essentially would be a huge burden and an obstacle by any woman trying to obtain an abortion. So one of the things to also understand is that the Supreme Court decision was not on the merits. It was merely an injunction. And so the case is Whole Women's Health versus Jackson. And they were seeking an injunction. And the court said that it was just not clear that the defendants named in the case could or would have the ability to enforce the Texas law, mainly because of its novel creation and application. So I understand this is a very serious issue. There are passionate folks on both sides. But from a purely legal analysis, I think ultimately this case, this Texas law is struck down as unconstitutional. I think there are some real concerns with creating a law that removes the obligation of the government to actually enforce it, and then has private citizens essentially enforcing the law through financial means. So that's my